try to pick up my strain of thought going in this direction. They had to pull away from the military or repressive support of the Eastern Bloc countries and let them live in self-determination. So once it became clear that that was the case, and the system was tested first by Poland through its strikes, and then in Hungary's announcement of the dissolution of the Communist Party, and in the exodus and flow of the East Germans, and as these countries became clear to the people in these countries that Russia was not going to come in and support their local communist leaders, that the time was in fact right, and so this led to the domino and collapsing effect of the communist governments of Eastern Europe. I don't think anybody in the world would have predicted that it could have happened so fast and so quickly. And I think, as I said earlier, to many Americans, at least to me, I guess I always thought of these societies as being repressive, but I had no idea how really important the concept of freedom seems to have been to many of these people, and how strongly they felt that it was being denied them. As you hear the cries, we're free, as an abstract thought that they're free is very powerful. I tend to be cynical about concepts like that, as you may know. But I have to say, I've been very moved by some of the things that I've seen and some of the things that people do for freedom. And it goes beyond just economic forces driving people. You can understand economic forces, the need for food, the need for shelter, the desire for more consumer products, the desire for a better material life. But you see a force operating there of the need for a freedom of self-expression, self-determination in these people that we've given a lot of lip service to in America, but to hear it expressed like these people have, and see what they're going through to get it, is extremely dramatic. I know I've been rambling on a lot here, but let me add just a little bit more on. I mean, you asked for it after all. But what does this mean in the broader sense? I guess I see a very exciting and optimistic time for the world right now. I think in the history of man, we really are at a point now where most people in the world are accepting the same basic values of how societies should run, that they should be somehow strongly controlled by popular support of the people, and that the people should have a strong sense of self-determination, that they should have a society where people are free to determine for themselves as best they can how they live, and have an entrepreneurial opportunity to make the most of that in a material way. And they also recognize the need to let the free market system, or supply and demand, to a certain extent, control production. So for the first time in history, you have almost all the peoples of the world, and again, China is a separate issue which we need to consider separately, are recognizing this. And so as a source of friction of the type that causes major wars, I think that's been eliminated, to the extent that different ideologies and different concepts in major countries have led to wars in the past. Those factors are of a good chance for being eliminated, which means we have a great opportunity for a lasting peace. There are, of course, a lot of cautions about that degree of optimism. We still have the China issue. China, caught the spirit there. The people caught the spirit at Tiananmen Square, but that was eventually repressed, and we still have the unknown quantity of China. I guess I'm fairly confident that in the long run, China will also come around. I think we already have seen a recognition on their part of a need for more of an open market system. Some of the economic things that they're doing are moving very closely back toward capitalistic systems and free market systems. But their totalitarian control still seems to be firmly in place. But with time, with education, with communication, that will eventually, the basic idea of self-determination of people will survive there too. I think also that this universal views of things coming together, which is the basis upon which peace is being built, I think the factors are in place to sort of maintain that. The whole thing is probably the concept of unified thoughts and unified sense of values has probably been highly developed in this century due to the communications that have the mechanisms by which thoughts and ideas and lifestyles are communicated from around the world through television, through books, through exchanges, through travel. That's still going to continue to increase, and the more of that occurs, the more and more people come to be of like mind, and the more they are of like mind, or even if they're different minds, they don't mistrust each other. At least they may say, well, you disagree with me, but I understand how you disagree with me. And this provides a basis for lasting peace. It's always the fear of the unknown, or the fear of somebody who thinks differently, that has created the tensions in the world that often lead to war. But I'm quite optimistic. I think it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time for all the world to really continue to move forward. Now, I mentioned some of the cautions in that optimism, China being one of them. Of course, we still probably the major caution on the horizon is the third world countries. There are still within the world large population masses in undeveloped countries that have an economic deprivation of great magnitude, and as long as you have that factor of life in the world, large numbers of people who are desperate, it's a very destabilizing world situation. How that is dealt with is going to be a major factor in the future. I don't know. One thing that has to happen is gain control of the populations so that they don't manage their populations through starvation. But population control is something they have to learn, and eventually how to use the resources they have to more and more support themselves. There's no easy answer to that one, Julie. It's going to that's part of the challenge of your generation and future generations. But as long as that exists, there's an instability to the world. Another negative or cautionary issue is the fact that even a small country can trigger more massive activity. This is the irrational country, so to speak, such as Libya or some of the Palestinian countries, the Arab countries, or just some small country that has a radical and divergent view. in the world today, with technology the way it is, with the development of such things as chemical weapons, rockets, and nuclear weapons, even a small irrational country can have can exercise an adverse effect on the world far beyond its own existence or its own borders, and that has to be dealt with too. The countries that do not share common values and common dreams, I guess, have to be given a certain amount of room to grow and develop, but at the same time, the rest of the world has to somehow ensure that they don't put themselves, these countries aren't put in a position where they can do major damage to the rest of the world through nuclear weapons or biological or chemical warfare. So to a certain extent, there's got to be a worldwide agreement on certain security issues, that you won't let a Muammar Gaddafi have nuclear weapons or build chemical or biological weapons capabilities, and that's going to require, to a certain extent, interfering with the self-determination of these smaller irrational states. It's contrary to the economic concept, but for survival, there still needs to be some worldwide police enforcement activities to prevent that. And over time, communications of concepts and values and will settle these things out. But in the meantime, we still need a major peacekeeping effort of some sort, hopefully international, not just American, not just even American and Russian, but some sort of international agreements that would control the potential for a small country to do something like that. In the U.S., I've been talking sort of worldwide. In the U.S., we still, looking back on this decade and looking ahead, have major problems that we have to deal with. There's, for instance, the drug issues within the United States is a tremendously debilitating thing, and seems still to be growing and out of control. There's a real challenge. My tape is going to be running out here, so I won't share with you my thoughts on that right now. But there are also those who see the socioeconomic division of our country growing, that the underclass is getting larger and feeling more disenfranchised. That's an unsettling thing, which also has to be dealt with in the next decade or so. You mentioned in your own educational background how you felt that the Europeans had learned so much more in high school and college about world events and general knowledge than you had, and I think that's true. I think our educational system is another major issue that we need to address promptly in the future. We need to do that in order to be economically competitive in world markets. To stay competitive, we need to improve our education system. We need to control our drug situation. We need to somehow deal with the divergence of our underclass versus the upper class. These are problems. Our country's always had problems, and I don't mean to end on negative notes, but I think these are more challenges than problems. But overall, I think it's a great time. It's a great time to be born. It's a great time to be young. There's the potential for the building of a world society that can last in peace and provide its economic benefits on a broad basis worldwide. It's just the opportunities just seem to far outnumber the problems. But at the same time, there's a lot of opportunity for contributions to bring this about. And I think, for instance, your chosen field of writing has a major role that's to be played in terms of communicating values and thoughts throughout the world. Before I run out of time, I want to mention a couple of other things. One bit of housekeeping. I have paid for your ticket, your return ticket, which will bring you back to us on January 20th. I've enclosed a council charter invoice which is marked paid in full, which you may find useful when you go to the office in the council charter office in Paris to pick up your ticket. I would think what you might want to do is call them call them immediately, and by the time you receive this, and see if they have your ticket there. But you'll at least have this piece of paper which has your booking number on it, which is 32626, and they should be able to issue you the ticket there. The other thing I've enclosed is the obituary for Samuel Beckett. Again, the New York Times obit group has done their tremendous job on trying to collapse a life of a great artist into a few pages. I think you'll find it very interesting as a writer, and I think you might even be somewhat challenged by it. Tying it in, though, to current events, there is one little thing that you might miss as you read through it, and ties it into the rest of this tape, and that is, I think it's on. Let's see, it's in the last column, near the top of on page D17, at the top of the last column, about well, it's there somewhere. I can't find it now. Yes, about the second full paragraph in that column talks about he starts with talking about the Drama Critics Award. This was in 1984. It refers to Beckett's only rare political work, where he tried to make some political statement. He wrote the play Catastrophe, which was about the interrogation of a dissident, a political dissident. And the political dissident that play was written about is Václav Havel. A bit of current interest is that Václav Havel in Czechoslovakia was arrested and spent a lot of time in prison, was interrogated, and that was the inspiration for Beckett's 1984 play. But yesterday, the Parliament of Czechoslovakia elected Václav Havel as their president, and he is now president of the emerged Czechoslovakian government. So Beckett was dealing with a man of substance when he wrote that one. By the time you read this, and when you get home, if you want to discuss some of this, I'd be glad to talk about Beckett's work. Or if you want to talk about anything else, that's fine too. It's hard to can't carry on a conversation by tape. And I may have rambled a lot. I apologize for that. And I can't imagine that you'd listen to all this at one setting, or that you'd even really want to listen to it all. But for what it's worth, I thought I'd send it on to you. Remember that we love you. Oh, your mother just walked in. She's been out. Just a second. Okay, so your mother wants to say hi too.
Hi, Julie. I can't go on like your daddy can, obviously. Okay, it's up in the middle of the night, so we'll save that for when you get home. Bye-bye, hon.
Okay, we love you a lot. We're very proud of you. We think you're, as we would say, we think you're developing nicely. And we're looking forward to your return. So hurry home. And thanks for being our daughter. Oh, Julie, P.S. This is the P.S. Sinclair has been standing downstairs and stayed out of the room here so I could make this tape. But he couldn't contain himself any longer. He just wants to say hello to you. Go ahead, Sinclair.
Hi.
There. Okay. You want to say anything else?
Tell her what you
You
got
like-
for Christmas. Would you like to tell her? What did Santa Claus bring you? Anyway, you just speak normally.
She's not talking.
No, she can't talk back because she's not there. We're recording this and then we'll mail it to her and she'll be able to play this tape and listen to your voice.
You're making a record. Just talk naturally. Tell her what you got for Christmas.
I got some piano and a Ghostbuster trap
Ghostbusters trap, right?
and a Ghostbuster pack,
You get to play a lot with Nintendo too, huh?
and I have a Nintendo,
What do you like to play on the
Duck Hunt, and
Mario Bros.
Mario Brothers, and Ghost.
Oh, good. That's good. And what's going to happen next in the family? What's happening next in the family? Is Aunt Trish going to have a baby?
Aunt Trish is gonna have a baby, and
We hope.
Do you know what it's going to be?
What do you want it to be, a girl or a boy?
I want to be a girl.
Oh, good.
I just want to be a boy or a girl.
Oh, good. That's very good.
Okay. Well,
Say
we're
goodbye to her.
say goodbye.
Oh, wait a minute. You want to sing Jingle Bells?
I will too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, I wanted to finish this so we can try to get it in the
I'll
mail
put
to you this
Turn these
morning
down for you.
before the post office closes at noon today. So we love you, babes. Take care. Looking forward to seeing you.